Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Hello everybody, it's Joe here, and welcome to Season 3 of my career mode journey. We just about fell short of the title in Season 2, whether it be down to mistakes we made early in the season, or that horrible engine failure right towards the end of the season at Vegas. There were a number of contributing factors, but in the end, we fell short by a few points, but I'm not having that happen again. We are going for the championship in Season 3, and we want to get off to the best possible start. So we're here in Bahrain, it's qualifying, and as you saw towards the end of last video, our perk for R&D, or our twist should we say, is balancing out the field. So as the season goes on, the field are only going to close up. And we could see some interesting winners and podium finishes this season. So consistency is going to be key, because some races our car is going to be great, and then if we get to the top of the R&D, we will have an upgrade removed at random. So we could then end up being on the back foot a bit. It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. But first, into qualifying, we've managed to get through Q1 very, very nicely indeed. We're now in Q2, heading down the straight, clipping the apex on the right-hander, clipping the outside apex. And what is it going to be as we cut the beam? It is more than good enough. It is fastest in Q2 by a couple of tenths over our teammates. So it's pretty much as you were for now from Season 2, with our Ferraris just being the dominant force and reigning champion Charles Leclerc just about behind me at this stage. As we head into Q3, the sun has gone down, darkness is descending on this qualifying session, but where are we going to stick our car? Are we going to stick it on the front row? I think that's pole. I think that's pole. That is pole. So that is the best possible start that we could have made to this new season. And I'm hoping now that we can have a strong race. So we're on pole. Fernando Alonso is second and Leclerc is third. This should be good.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Sunshine lines up on pole position, and Fernando Alonso completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Gasly, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Behrman, Joe, Tsunoda, Ocon, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Perez, Albon, and Théo Pourchaire. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, as much as I like testing, and I do love testing, and I've really enjoyed the build-up here and all the speculation, I really want to see some action. And finally today, we get some proper action on the track.
You're going to definitely see action, Crofty. Everyone's G'd up for this one. They've done the testing, like you say. The drivers will be revving inside, heart rates going, trying to burst out their chest at this moment. With that anticipation, Who's got the speed? We're going to learn now, once and for all.
On the grid, P1, we've done half the job. Can we complete the job and win the Bahrain Grand Prix? What is the best strategy to go for here? I'm not sure. I think we're going to start on mediums and see where it takes us. Right, 29 laps are ahead of us here at the Sakhir circuit, and we are underway for Season 3. It's a good start by us. Alonso's got a really good launch off the line though, and Alonso's going to lead into one, but I think we're going to try and go around the outside. No, Alonso has us covered. I've got a bit deep. Leclerc is now having a look, but Leclerc gets shuffled behind, and Fernando Alonso leads this Bahrain Grand Prix with us in second, Leclerc in third, Hamilton fourth, Norris fifth. So 2 of our rivals behind us. That's good. That's where we want to be. And in fact, Hamilton has now dropped behind Lando Norris, so that's going to help us in our rivalry all the more. But Fernando Alonso, he is trying to stretch away on this opening lap as I struggle to get some heat and grip into the tyres and struggle with how the car feels full of fuel as we head into the double apex there, and we've missed the apex completely. Lap 2, we're staying with Fernando Alonso, but we're not quite where we want to be with him. Leclerc just lurking in third with Hamilton and Norris. They're having their own battle, I think. They're a few extra tenths behind Leclerc, but I'm really trying to keep Alonso with me as we head into the DRS zone. And that time I clipped the apex better, and I'm trying to make sure that Leclerc doesn't get too close because I don't want him having to go, right, we've got DRS at the end of the lap, what can we do? Drain in the battery. Alonso sets the fastest lap, followed by myself, followed by Leclerc, and it eventually settles on Lando Norris. I don't have enough of a run to get after Fernando Alonso just yet, but the pressure is being applied. Alonso not getting away from me here, so it's going to be a difficult one for Fernando to stretch away, but I'm keeping him close. And we clip the inside beautifully there. Lap 4, Alonso leads, I'm second, and if anything, it's Leclerc and Norris that are sticking with this battle, while Hamilton is dropping back, and in fact he's having a battle with George Russell. But we're now having a battle with Fernando Alonso. We've got a bit of DRS here. Are we going to get close enough to have a look? Answer is no, but I'm just waiting, hoping I can get close enough to have a go. And I'm just edging this car forwards now. I'm giving it everything we got in this early stage to try and clear the Aston Martin, who we are clearly faster than. And I think this time we've got a better run on Fernando Alonso. We are right in the rear wing of the Aston Martin. We're going to look to the inside. Alonso covers. To the outside we go, side by side. Who's going to brake later? Alonso and myself braking at a very similar time. I'm trying to hold the outside line. Fernando Alonso just holds on to the lead for now. But we'll get a second helping of DRS here. And the battle resumes. Alonso covers the inside. I'm going to the outside. And here comes Charles Leclerc round the outside. And he just mugs us both off. What a move by the reigning champion. We're still side by side with Fernando Alonso, and we see him off. But look at that. Charles Leclerc just says, you know what? Battle it amongst yourselves, sunshines. I'm just going to take the lead from the pair of you. Bye. And Leclerc is now off, but I'm now coming after my teammate. We are not having a repeat of last season where I get beaten by Leclerc. No, this time it is on, and we're side by side with our Monegasque teammate, going wheel to wheel. Leclerc holding on for now, but he covers the inside, and I'm making sure that Alonso can't do to us what Leclerc did. Round the outside we go, and Leclerc gets mugged off by Fernando Alonso behind. Alonso now up into P2. We're leading the race, but Alonso's coming back at us, and look at the speed he has with that DRS. Alonso retaking the lead, but I'm not done with him yet. I'm going to try and go around the outside. Alonso was quite slow on the exit there, and we're wheel to wheel once again here, heading up towards turn 3, and Alonso trying to cover but just not quite being able to, and we once again take the lead of this Bahrain Grand Prix. This is epic racing. And at the end of lap 9, we're still leading the way, but Alonso, he's not done with me yet, is he? Alonso's going to now have a look for the inside. I'm trying to drain my battery in the hope that it'll be enough to keep Alonso from having a look. It's not enough to keep Alonso from having a look. He's down the inside. I braked super late to try and counter that. It's not worked, but we've now got DRS on Fernando Alonso. But he's got such a good run out of the corner that there's just nothing in doing in that. But we're going to take a dive up the inside. And somehow that works. No, it doesn't. Alonso gets the up and under and just questions what we were doing there. We completely missed the braking spot. And we're still racing Alonso very hard here. Is there a look up the inside here on? Yes, there is. And Alonso now trying to up and under once again. But it doesn't work. And we retake the lead here in Bahrain. What an epic fight this is in the first race of the season. And it will be a 24 race season. And if there's 24 races of this in this campaign, then you know what? Give it to me. Alonso's now trying to have a go around the outside of turn 1. We've got DRS. We're going to have the advantage of having the racing line as well. Alonso not able to do anything about that. But like I said, if we've got 23 more races like this, bring it on. Right, round Norris and Alonso are now having their own battle. And I think he's been able to keep Norris behind. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc has elected to pit this lap. So we're pitting the following lap to try and protect on the undercut. In we go. And there's a problem changing the tyres. We really didn't need this. And now we're being held up further for other cars coming past. That is an absolute disaster for us. We've lost so many places in that. This is an absolute disaster for us. We've lost many places in the pit. Through goes Charles Leclerc. You can see the reigning champion blasting through here. And we end up behind the rookie Oliver Bearman in the Red Bull. And Zhou Guanyu in the Alpine having a look at us. That's not going to happen. And Zhou is still alongside us going down the straight. I really don't want to allow him through. But we are down into P9 as Zhou still tries to hold the outside. He is just not getting the hint at this stage. Zhou really fighting me here. But we have managed to get ahead of him. And we're down to P9 from fighting for the lead. This is a disaster that we just could not afford. And now I'm all over the back of Ollie Bearman in the Red Bull. Red Bull taking a chance on a rookie here. That's something you don't see every day. And Bearman in P8 chasing up Lewis Hamilton. And are we able to get past him? That is the million-dollar question. We're losing so much time in this train. And the frustration is really kicking in. I'm driving with rage. I cannot believe that we have had that issue when we were fighting for the lead. And then we had to wait a further few seconds for people to pass. But down the inside of Oliver Bearman we go, banging wheels. Are we able to complete the move? No, Bearman is still ahead of us. So Ollie really fighting me well here for his first race. And we're not able to do anything about him yet. Meanwhile, Hamilton and Verstappen are having their own little dispute ahead, it would seem. And we're going to have to wait it out to get past Bearman. But the longer we wait, the more time we're losing. And the more frustration is kicking in. I should not be in P9 here. That is just... yeah, it's a disaster. But now we're having another go at Ollie Bearman. We're draining the battery. Some cars are having a look at each other ahead. Bearman goes to cover. We're going to go round the outside of the British rookie. And Bearman is still fighting me here. We're going wheel to wheel once again with Oliver Bearman. He goes to cover the inside. He somehow got DRS from that. I don't know how. But we're going to sweep round the outside of Oliver Bearman. And we take P8. So we're now ahead of Oliver Bearman, but there's still more to be done as we dive down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. I will admit, that was initially me missing my braking spot. It turned into an overtaking attempt. Hamilton now comes back at me here, but we're going to go side by side. Round the outside we go, and we're up into P7. So we're starting to make our way back forwards here. Meanwhile, Lando Norris is now on the back of Oliver Bearman. He's going to have a look down the inside. They are going side by side down the straight. And there's a Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton, I think. blocking off Lando slightly, but Behrman and Norris are still going for it into turn 3. They're side by side. Who is going to win out? Is it going to be Behrman or is it going to be Norris? Down the inside goes Lando. Is Lando going to be ahead? No, he isn't. Behrman somehow still ahead of Norris. Really doing a good job fighting off Lando. But next time round, Norris has the momentum and is ahead before going into the corner. So Norris dropping Behrman down to 9th, but hopefully Ollie can still secure some points on debut. Verstappen is doing a good job up in 4th, and I'm now catching Oscar Piastri on lap 18 of 29. So there's still quite a bit of a way to go in this race. There's still opportunities to get back on the podium yet. It's not all over, but I need to get a move on, and we need to get past the Australian driver in the Papaya McLaren. It's been a bit of an anonymous start for McLaren really, with Norris in 8th and Piastri in 5th. Lando currently holds the fastest lap, and we're not able to get past Piastri here, although that didn't stop me just late braking to try and spook him a little bit. But now we come down the pit straight, overtake, DRS, and I think we should have the Australian driver around the outside, which is what we're doing. And Piastri, well, he didn't really offer much resistance to that, did he? Right, up into P5, and next up we've got Verstappen and Russell, who I believe are having their own fight. And oh no, they're not. The front 4 are all together, so now we've got to push to catch them. Podium is still on here. Maybe we can still win this thing. Look how close they are all together. The problem is though, my lap times that I'm setting are very even to what the lap times of the guys in front are. So it's taking me a few laps just to catch this battle. But finally on lap 25, we have got ourselves in the DRS zone. So it's taken us a few laps to do it, but we have now done it, and we are in Verstappen's DRS zone. And that is exactly where we want to be. Here we go then, onto the DRS straight. Leclerc, he could be in trouble here because Alonso has broken away, and that means Russell is right up his chuff, as is Verstappen. This could be a three-way fight for second here. Room for one more, guys. I'm closing in down the straight. Russell's having a look at Leclerc. Russell's going down the inside of Leclerc, and they're backing each other up. This could back Verstappen up. Verstappen gets caught out. That's a position gain for us. Now we can have a look at George Russell. Russell has a look at Leclerc, sort of jinks back, and he backs off right before the corner. That gives us a chance to go round the outside of the Mercedes, and we have put ourselves up into P3. Russell's still trying to fight me. No way through there. And from P9, we are back up to P3, now applying pressure to our teammate Charles Leclerc. And that was opportunistic driving at its finest. Now we're on the back of Charles Leclerc. What can we do here? We are running out of laps, so we really need to get this done if we are going to have a chance at getting after Fernando Alonso. On the straight we go. Is Leclerc going to make this easy for me, or is he going to make this difficult? Draining the battery, opening DRS. Here we go. Leclerc, I don't think he's going to be able to offer much of a resistance to this. He covers the inside line. We brake later, sweep round the outside, and that is P2. The burning $1 million question is now, can we get after Fernando Alonso? We're about 2 seconds behind him with 3 laps to go. It's quite a tall order, but I'm definitely going to give it my best shot. Here we go then, 3 laps to go. Alonso in the lead, and this is Lance Stroll pulling over to retire. That's rotten luck for him. Aston were going quite nicely there, but Lance Stroll pulling over to retire. His day is done, and he is going very, very slowly indeed. So off he pulls off and out of the race. And we did try to catch Alonso, and we're only just getting towards the DRS zone now. So we were catching him by a few tenths a lap, but it just wasn't enough. It was too tall of an order. And as we now head to the final few corners, Fernando Alonso has just driven brilliantly. Sustained pressure. We did take the lead. Unfortunately, we had a major issue with our pit stop that really cost us today. Without that, I feel like we could have won. Instead, the win goes to Fernando Alonso, but we still pick up P2 and some very crucial points in the championship.
Okay, good job, mate.
I will happily
really
take
well
it.
Done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Here comes the checkered flag. All eyes on the car approaching. Your winner today, Fernando Alonso.
Well, you're always unsure of the competition and what your opponents have been able to do in the off-season, Crofty, but they've come here today, they've delivered the performance that you dream about, and wow, did they make that car sing today. Really impressive stuff.
It's time to present the top drivers with their trophies for today's Grand Prix. And there are a lot of people in the paddock very happy with this result. It's Aston Martin on the top step.
It really is a case of what could have been today. But Fernando Alonso is your first winner of Season 3. We managed to get second, Leclerc gets third, so it's a Ferrari 2-3. I do think we have the pace to win that, and that's a huge positive to take that the pace was there. Unfortunately, luck played its part. We dropped down to 9th, but we managed to recover well and do some great damage limitation to finish second, so not a bad start at all. Thank you for watching this instalment of Career Mode. Don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content from me. And until the next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care, I'll see you all soon. Thank you once again for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.